Alright, time for last but not least Flora. Planter we made together. Oh, that's cute! Handcrafted planter carefully shaped and lovingly painted. It carries the precious memories and heartfelt feelings shared with someone special, so the flowers are sure to bloom beautifully for a long time to come. Oh. The door slides open. Hi, Flora. Yeah, I've been wondering how it's going. Really? I follow Flora deeper into the garden. There, filling the planter to the brim, is the coreopsis, lush and thriving. Wow, it really has grown. I'm just doing what everyone else would do. Well then, I'll keep coming. What's that? Ah, I see. It's grown so much that its current planter is too small now. So, do we just need to move it to a bigger planter? You want us to make the planter ourselves? I'm not sure if I'd be any good at it. Well, yeah, because you were here to help. Well, when you put it that way, I can hardly say no. Alright then, let's make it together. Flora turns to look at the coreopsis. As soon as Flora finishes speaking, the coreopsis's leaves sway slightly. What is it? Really? We'll make you a great home, coreopsis. So, how exactly are we going to make this planter? Montana? The workshop? Oh, I think I know who you mean. Yeah, let's go. Flora and I leave the garden to make a new home for the coreopsis. Are we going to Senti's workshop? Where are we going? Yeah. The door to the workshop opens. I figured that's who you meant. Hey, Senti. Yeah, it's gonna house the coreopsis that Flora and I have been growing together. Flora tells Senti about all about the coreopsis we have been growing together. Do you have all the materials we need here at the workshop? Senti opens a rack on one side of the workshop and rummages through some supplies. What is it? We can do that. Just tell us what we need to get. Got it. We'll be right back. Oh, thank you. That would be amazing. Alright, let's head out, Flora. This is a really sweet trip. I like this. Although IRL, I don't know if I'd be like doing like a planter date thing ever. We make our way out of the workshop and arrive at the shopping mall. It looks like the glaze Senti mentioned is over here as well. Flora slowly approaches the rack with all the different paint colors. Not yet. What about you? You would? Oh, I like that idea. Can't say I've really tried to paint before. I am also really bad at it in IRL. I cannot draw, but I can do music. Me? Paint you? That's a lot of pressure. I'd feel bad if it didn't turn out well. Really? You will? Then be sure to make me good looking. That's what you think of when I say good looking? Flora reaches for a tube of yellow paint. Oh, that's the same color as its petals. Flora places the yellow paint into the basket. My color? Flora studies me with a quiet, steady gaze. Feel free to pick whatever. Flora lifts up a tube of white paint. White? No, I think it's a great color. Flora puts the white paint into the basket. Can I pick your color then? For you, Flora. I look back and forth between Flora and the shelf of paints, and I reach for a tube of purple. When I first met you, you felt a little mysterious. Yeah, you felt like you were somehow out of reach. But the more I got to know you, the more I started to see the sides of you I hadn't noticed before. You're gentler with flowers than anyone, but you have this unwavering strength when it comes to protecting what's important to you. To me, purple's that kind of color. So that's why I think it suits you. And definitely not because your hair color is purple. Do you not like it? Why is that? The purple paint finds its place in the basket. Next should be... Flora and I stand next before the selection of paint, picking out each color we need, one by one. Alright, I think we've got everything now, right? All that's left now is to make the planner. Same here. I think I'm starting to get an idea of what to paint. Let's hurry back before it gets too late. This is so sweet. This is like the cutest date. The door to the workshop slides open. Thanks, Senti. Senti sets the materials we brought onto the workbench. Where do we begin? Senti starts kneading the clay. Once she's done, she stacks coils on top of another, gradually building up to the shape of the planner. Senti rubs and smooths out the clay. Senti dips her fingers into some water. Senti gives the surface a few light touches, then holds up the finished planter for us to see. It looked kinda hard to me. Senti points to the small kiln sitting beside the workbench. Got it. Senti pulls her phone out and checks it. What's wrong? And we just have to press the button again? Got it. Will do. Good luck with the repairs. Senti gathers her tools and hurries out of the workshop. Yeah, let's start with the kneading, like Senti showed us. Flora and I knead the clay together. Once we finish, we stack the rolled coils layer by layer on top of the base. Then we start to smooth it out. We rub the seams between the coils with our fingertips to shape it. But the surface doesn't come together as smoothly as we hoped. It's not working very well. Yeah, sounds good. We get some water, then dip our fingertips and smooth back over the seams. It's looking better than it did earlier. We continue to smooth out any cracks we find. As we work on the planter together, our fingertips brush against each other again and again. Our fingers keep bumping into each other. Now I'll move to the other... Flora pauses and gently studies the planter we've been working on. Oh, you're right. It's gonna end up looking weird if we don't do something. Sure. Flora reaches inside the planter and carefully supports it from within, while I just slowly straighten the wall from the outside. That feels a lot more stable now. Yeah, just a little more push on this side. Oh no! I must have pushed too much force into it. The wall planter is now slightly dented. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to press so hard. That's a relief. Flora starts to press on the wall gently. She slowly pushes the dented part back out from the inside. I start to help shape the outside in tandem with Flora's movements. I keep putting too much pressure on it. Because you got strong hands, my dude! How? Flora supports the inside of the planter with one hand, and gently lays her hand onto mine. Flora supports the dented area from the inside while slowly guiding my hand. Little by little, the dented wall begins to get back to its original shape. It's because you're moving with me. Sure, let me try taking the lead this time. I move my hand carefully, following along with Flora's touch. Let's keep doing this just a little longer. With Flora's hand on mine, we slowly shape the planter together. That is really sweet and romantic, I love it. Yeah, given that it's our first time trying this, I say we did great. Sure, I'll load it onto the kiln. I carefully lift the planter and slowly slide it onto the kiln. There's a lot more that goes into making one of these than I expected. I sure hope Coreopsis likes it. Yeah, let's keep it up. A low hum from the kiln continues for some time. As I open the kiln door, we see the newly fired planter. I carefully lift it out and set it onto the workbench. It feels completely different from before. I was a little worried, so I'm glad. Since it's going to be the Coreopsis' home, why don't we start with it? Flora takes a brush and dips the tip of it into the yellow paint. She presses it onto the planter and begins to paint a small Coreopsis in the center of the planter. Wow, you're really good. I'll paint some leaves around it. I paint some small leaves and stems alongside the Coreopsis Flora is drawing. What is it? Do the leaves look weird? Now I'll add a few more. We each continue to paint, with Flora filling in the Coreopsis while I sit beside her and add more leaves and stems. Yeah, it turned out really well. It's time to paint us. Phew! A little. Painting in person is much harder than painting some leaves. Alright, I'll do my best. I think I'm gonna paint you smiling. Yeah, I like your smile. You Rizzler, you Rizzler. Flora blushes a deep red. I pick up a brush and dip it into the purple paint. I slowly move it across the planter, visualizing Flora's smile in my mind. Okay, I might be done. Sure. Why aren't you saying anything? Do you not like it? That's a relief. Remember to make me good looking. Flora dips her brush into the white paint and slowly begins to paint me. As she paints, she looks up at my face again and again. I'm getting a little self-conscious with how much you're looking at me. I do? I'm curious how it turns out. A little while later, Flora sets down her brush. Painted onto the planter next to the Coreopsis is me smiling. Wow, looks really good. I guess it's time to apply the glaze now. With new brushes in hand, Flora and I apply a thin coat of clear glaze over our painting. The glaze spreads pretty evenly. Sure, just be careful. Flora gently lifts this glazed planter with both hands and slowly slides it into the kiln. I hope she set it to 2. Yep. Me too. Sounds like it's done. As we open the kiln door, we see the finished planter. Ooh, I think it turned out well. On the finished planter, the two of us glimmer softly alongside the Coreopsis. Flora quietly gazes at the finished planter. Do you like it? Why don't we head back to the garden? That's so sweet, and we didn't screw up anything on the first try, so I'm very happy for them. Where is the garden? The door to the garden slides open. Flora and I enter with the finished planter in hand. Yeah, let's do it together. Flora sits down in front of the old planter and picks up a small trowel. Sure. Flora starts to scrape along the sides, gently loosening the soil with the trowel. As she does, the root ball underneath the Coreopsis comes into view. She carefully starts to lift it. Slowly, the Coreopsis eases free from the old planter. It's really gotten bigger. Flora looks at Coreopsis' roots and smiles softly. Taking upon the trowel again, Flora lays down some soft soil inside the new planter and carefully moves the Coreopsis in. Of course. We move in more soil, covering the area around the Coreopsis. As the last of the soil settles in, the Coreopsis comfortably sets into its new home. I'm glad to hear that.
お花様
Aww. Yeah?
これからこの植木鉢は私にとってとても大切なものになりそうです
Flora gently runs her fingertips along the rim of the planter.
お花様と一緒に絵の具を選んだことも慣れないながらも粘土をこねたことも植木鉢に絵を描いたこともそしてこの子を新しいお家に植え替えたこともすべてこの植木鉢に刻まれておりますので
Yeah, it's all meant a lot to me too.
そう言っていただけて何よりでございます植木鉢作りにご協力くださりありがとうございました
I'm really glad we did this. Flora quietly gazes at the Coreopsis, now settled in its new planter.
この子はこれからもますます成長していくことでしょうお花様と私が共に育ててきた子でありこれからも大切に育てていく子ですから
Can't wait to see it growing even bigger and prettier.
お花様と共に何かを作ることがこれほど楽しいとは思いませんでした今度は違うものを一緒に作ってみたいですね
Yeah, I'd like that too.
約束ですよ
Flora smiles softly and gives me a quiet nod. In its new planter, the Coreopsis sways gently, while Flora and I watch over it for a long while. Oh, this one was really sweet. I love everything about it. Planter we made together. Oh, there's also the dirt. And they did the things. I love it. Ah, makes me so happy.